What if I told you that one of the most infamous serial killers in American history was never caught? A man who called himself Zodiac. As we embark on this dark journey through the annals of American crime history, we stumble upon a notorious figure whose identity remains an enigma to this day. A figure whose reign of terror left an indelible mark on the psyche of Northern California during the late 1960s and early 1970s. He was a man who played a twisted game of cat and mouse with the police and the public, a man known only by the chilling pseudonym he gave himself, Zodiac. The Zodiac Killer, as he's now known, was not just a serial killer, he was a master manipulator, a puppeteer pulling at the strings of society's deepest fears. His heinous acts were not confined to the physical realm alone, for he was also a psychological tormentor, using the power of the written word to instill fear and confusion. His modus operandi was as unique as it was terrifying. He would strike without warning, leaving behind a trail of victims and a community gripped with fear. But what set him apart from other criminals of his time was his penchant for communication. He would send chilling letters to local newspapers, letters filled with taunting messages and cryptic codes that to this day have left some of the brightest minds baffled. But who was the Zodiac Killer? What drove him to commit such heinous acts? What was the meaning behind his cryptic messages? These are questions that, despite the passage of over 5 decades, remain largely unanswered. The Zodiac Killer has become a dark legend, a ghostly figure whose shadow still looms large over American crime history. As we delve into the chilling tale of the Zodiac Killer, bear in mind that this is a story with more questions than answers. And as we unravel the mystery, remember that the true horror of the Zodiac lies not in the answers, but in the questions that remain. The Zodiac's reign of terror began in the late 1960s, his victims seemingly chosen at random. As our journey into the dark abyss of the Zodiac's world continues, we delve into the first confirmed killings attributed to him. It was December 20th, 1968, on a quiet, chilly night in Benicia, California. A young couple, Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday, were found shot dead in their car. This brutal double murder marked the beginning of a chilling series of killings that would haunt the Bay Area for years to come. The Zodiac's second known attack occurred on the 4th of July, 1969 in Vallejo, California, where another young couple, Darlene Ferrin and Mike Mageau, were shot while sitting in a parked car. Mageau survived his injuries, but Ferrin was not so lucky. The victims of these attacks shared no apparent connections. They were of different ages, genders, and social backgrounds. There were no clear motives or patterns in these killings, which only added to the mystery and fear surrounding the case. A month after the second attack, the Zodiac sent the first of many cryptic letters to the San Francisco Chronicle. He claimed responsibility for the attacks and included a cryptic cipher filled with bizarre symbols that he challenged the police to decode. This cipher, along with the seemingly random selection of victims, became a hallmark of the Zodiac's modus operandi, creating a chilling game of cat and mouse with the police and the public. The Zodiac was not just a killer, he was a showman, a performer who reveled in the terror he created. As we peel back the layers of this complex case, we see a pattern emerge. The Zodiac was not just a random killer, he was a master manipulator, a puppeteer pulling the strings of fear and chaos from the shadows. The randomness of the Zodiac's victims was just the beginning of the enigma surrounding this case. As we continue to delve deeper into the Zodiac's world, the chilling truth of his reign of terror becomes increasingly clear. It wasn't just the killings that terrorized Northern California, it was the letters, the codes, the sheer audacity of the Zodiac. The Zodiac Killer, a shadowy figure who still evades identification, had a particular modus operandi that set him apart from other serial killers of his time. Beyond his horrifying acts, it was his communications that left a chilling mark on the public psyche. He sent cryptic letters and codes to local newspapers, taunting the police and the public with his confessions and threats. Imagine opening the morning paper to find a coded message from a killer on the loose, a grim reminder of the danger lurking in the shadows. The Zodiac Killer reveled in this terror, sowing fear and confusion with each letter he sent. His messages were a mix of chilling threats and boasts about his crimes, often accompanied by complex codes that he claimed would reveal his identity. His signature, a cross over a circle, became a symbol of terror. This cryptic insignia appearing at the end of his letters, was as if he was signing off on his gruesome acts, proudly claiming ownership. It was a terrifying brand, a stamp that marked his letters and codes, serving as a chilling reminder of his ongoing reign of terror. The Zodiac's letters were not random rants. They were carefully composed, each one a piece of the killer's twisted puzzle. They were a testament to his audacity, his arrogance, and his apparent enjoyment of the public's fear and the police's frustration. He was not just a murderer, he was a puppet master, pulling the strings of the public's fear and the police's desperation to catch him. His letters and codes were more than just a way of taunting the authorities. They were his calling card, his way of marking his territory and asserting his power. The Zodiac Killer was a master of psychological warfare, using his cryptic communications to exert control and instill fear. The Zodiac was not just a murderer, he was a master manipulator, playing a cruel game with the public and the police. The Zodiac's codes have baffled experts for over half a century. Even today, some remain unsolved. The Zodiac Killer's cryptic messages are a chilling testament to his cunning and his desire to taunt those who sought to bring him to justice. Encrypted in complex ciphers, these messages have become synonymous with the mystery and intrigue that surrounds this notorious criminal. Of the 4 ciphers sent by the Zodiac, only 2 have been definitively solved. The first, a simple substitution cipher, was cracked by a high school teacher and his wife just days after it was sent. It revealed a chilling message in which the Zodiac claimed to be collecting slaves for the afterlife. The second solved cipher, known as the 340 cipher, for its 340 characters, remained a mystery for over 50 years. It wasn't until 2020 that a team of codebreakers finally managed to crack it. The decoded message was as eerie as the first, with the Zodiac taunting authorities and dismissing the efforts to capture him. Yet, despite these victories, 2 of the Zodiac's ciphers remain unbroken. The "My Name Is" cipher, a tantalizing 13-symbol message, and the enigmatic Z32, a 32-character cipher, continue to confound codebreakers across the globe. Teams of amateur and professional codebreakers alike have dedicated countless hours in the hopes of cracking these remaining codes. They pore over old documents, utilize modern technology, and even employ artificial intelligence in their ongoing quest. Yet, the Zodiac's final messages remain as elusive as the man himself. The ongoing efforts to decode these messages are a testament to the enduring fascination with this case. They highlight the determination to uncover the truth and bring closure to a chapter that has haunted the public consciousness for over half a century. The Zodiac's codes are a haunting reminder of a killer who was always one step ahead. The Zodiac Killer has slipped into the realm of legend, his crimes casting a long shadow over American history. His tale is an eerie reminder of the dark underbelly of the human mind, a chilling testament to the depths of depravity one can sink to. The Zodiac Killer, even decades after his reign of terror, continues to haunt the collective psyche of America, his specter looming large over our cultural landscape. Countless theories have emerged in the wake of his gruesome acts. Every clue, every letter, every cryptic symbol has been dissected and analyzed, each one a tantalizing piece of the horrifying puzzle. Theories about his identity range from the plausible to the absurd, each one more intriguing than the last. Armchair detectives, professional sleuths, and casual observers alike have tried their hand at unmasking this elusive killer. But the Zodiac's true identity remains a mystery, his mask firmly in place. Beyond the realm of true crime, the Zodiac Killer has made his mark on popular culture. His story has been told and retold through films, documentaries, books, and podcasts. His cryptic letters and unbroken codes have become a part of our cultural lexicon, symbols of a mystery that has yet to be solved. While the fascination with the Zodiac Killer is undeniably morbid, it is also a testament to our collective desire for justice. The continued efforts to identify the Zodiac reflect our need to make sense of the senseless, to bring closure to a chapter that has been left open for far too long. Yet, despite our best efforts, the Zodiac Killer continues to evade us. His identity and motives remain shrouded in mystery, his crimes an unsolved enigma. But his legacy? That's as clear as the cryptic codes he left behind. He has become a symbol of the dark side of human nature, a reminder of the monsters that can lurk among us. The Zodiac Killer remains an enigma, his identity and motives shrouded in mystery. But his legacy, That's as clear as the cryptic codes he left behind.